welcome to Stay Home and Yoga Strong. Today we're going to be moving our bodies and raising our heart rate a little bit and then bringing it back down and just feeling your way through the movements. There's no wrong way to do any of these moves. If it feels right in your body, it is right. And if you feel like pumping it up and doing all of the work, it's a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of push-ups and squats and lunges. Do them all, add more if you feel like you need more strength, more fire, or back off if you feel like today you just wanna chill out, like just rolling out your mat and sitting on it. Maybe that's just what you need. And pick and choose. It's all here for you, whatever you want to get out of this hour for yourself. So we'll go ahead and start lying down. So lie down on your mat, settle in, arriving on your mat, in your body. And take a moment just to be here now. Whatever else was going on before you got here, put it down. There's nothing else you have to do. There's nowhere else you have to be, but on your mat, moving and breathing and being in your body. Maybe close your eyes or just soften your gaze and take an internal scan of your body. Just notice how you're feeling in this moment. Maybe do a scan from the top of your head all the way through to the bottoms of your feet. And just ask yourself what it is that you want to get out of this time together. Moving into your breath, a normal inhale, and extend your exhale a little bit longer. If you like to count, I encourage counting. Maybe count your inhale up to 4, maybe pause at the top, and then extend your exhale a little bit longer, maybe to the count of 6. Maybe pause at the bottom. Before the next inhale comes up, counting again up to 4, pause at the top. Maybe this time you exhale to 8, so your exhale is twice as long as your inhale. And just knowing, or just noticing what slowing your exhale does. Maybe after even just a few breaths, you find that it quiets your mind, slows your body down, brings you back to yourself, back to your center. Another breath like this, a normal inhale, pause at the top, and a long exhale all the way to the bottom, releasing all the tension. Great. From here, draw your right knee into your chest, extend your left leg long. Circling your ankle both directions. Hug your knee in a little bit tighter. And then allow your knee to open to the right, keeping your left hip down. Inhale here, and exhale, draw your knee across your body in a nice gentle spinal twist. Just warming up the body here, nothing too big yet. Come back to center and switch sides. Left knee draws in, right leg extends, circling your left ankle both directions. On your inhale, open your knee off to the left, keeping your right hip down. And exhale, draw your left knee across your body. Again, that gentle, easy, opening your body stretch. Come back to center, hug both of your knees in, curl up in a little ball, squeeze in tight, big inhale, and exhale, release. Keep your feet on your mat, bend your knees. Clasp your hands behind your head and lift your elbows just slightly, just so you can see them out of the periphery vision. Press your mid back into your mat like you're imprinting your back into the sand. And draw your low ribs and your pelvis toward each other. So your core is already engaged before we even begin any movements. So that's gonna stay through the whole exercise. There's no release, there's no slack in your core for this whole exercise. So everything's nice and tight. Inhale here and exhale, lift your chin and chest up toward the ceiling. Holding the weight of your head in your hands so you're not overusing the front of your neck and you're not cranking your chin towards your chest. Inhale, slowly lower down. Exhale, lift and squeeze. So the tension here is kind of like a rubber band. It's tight And it stays tight as you slowly lower down and exhale up. So those low ribs are really staying down. You can even put one hand on your low ribs so you can feel it as you lower down. Those ribs stay tucked in. Exhale, lift. 2 more, just like that. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 1 more. And exhale, lift. Go ahead and stack your knees over your hips. Flex your feet so your shins are parallel. And press your mid-back back into the mat. So you want to avoid this kind of movement where you want to have no space between your back and your mat. So 5 more of those sit-ups, just like that. Exhale as you lift, squeeze. Inhale as you lower. Keep those low ribs tucked down towards your pelvis. Exhale as you squeeze. Slowly lower down, keeping the tension the whole way. Going, coming and going. And 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Moving into bicycles. Nice, slow and controlled. Draw the left ribs toward the right knee. So you're moving ribs rather than your elbows. So you're really getting into your obliques. And then switching sides. Right ribs toward the left knee. And switch. Squeeze together at the top. Two more each side. Slow and controlled movement with breath. Taking a break whenever you need to and then coming back whenever you're ready. Next time your right knee and your left ribs are coming together, pause there. Maybe you can reach your knee and your elbow together, maybe not. Maybe they just getting kind of close. So from here, extend your left foot up toward the ceiling and slowly lower back down, keeping your ribs pulled down and your low back pressing down into the mat. Inhale, open your torso. Exhale and twist. So that's the movement. Leg lifts up, slowly lower down. Inhale, torso opens. Exhale, torso crunch. 1 more, both directions. Leg, torso. And switch sides. Left knee in, ribs pulling towards. The right leg lifts up, slowly lowers down. Torso opens and twist. 2 more, just like that. Nice, slow and controlled movements. It's not about momentum, it's about control and intention. 1 more time with the leg. Inhale your torso. Exhale, crunch. Take a little break. Awesome. Okay, next move. Draw your knees and elbows together. Press both feet up, your tailbone lifts. And then slowly lower your heels down to the floor, only so far as your low back can stay pasted. The low back being on your mat is the priority. If you have to bend your knees or keep your feet closer up to the ceiling, whatever it takes for you. So 2 more, just like that. Knees and elbows. Feet press up, slowly lower down. Keep breathing. 1 more, knees and elbows. Feet press up and slowly lower down and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew, nice job. Elbows out in a T, like goalpost or cactus arms together, both knees drop to the right. See if you can keep both shoulder blades on the floor. Coming back to center, knees drop to your left. Come back to center and rock and roll your way all the way up and over to all fours, finding tabletop position. So your wrists are right underneath your shoulders, your knees are right underneath your hips. Inhale, drop your belly, tailbone lifts, chest lifts, maybe your gaze lifts. And exhale, round your spine, nose towards your navel. Press your palms into the mat, separate your shoulder blades. Inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. 1 more time, both directions. Coming back to a neutral spine, back to tabletop. Curl your toes under and lift your knees about 1 or 2 inches up off the mat in a hover tabletop. So just notice what it takes in your core, in your shoulders, in the strength of your body to hold yourself stable here. And keep breathing. Big inhale, long exhale. Lower your knees down. One more round of cat-cow. And press back to child's pose. Hips towards your heels. Fingertips walk towards the front of your mat. Walk both hands over to the right side of your mat and press your left hip towards your left heel. Stretching through your left side body here. Making your way back through center to the opposite side. Hands to your left, right hip towards your right heel. Coming back to center and come up to the top of a push-up from your knees or extended tabletop. So keeping a nice strong plank, not letting your belly and your hips sag towards your mat here. We have 3 push-ups. Inhale, down, and exhale, press up. Keeping a nice straight long line from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Exhale, press up. Elbows stay in kind of tight, grazing against your ribs. One more. Exhale, up and back to child's pose. So there's lots of push-ups in this series. Do all of them, do none of them, add more if you want. Whatever works best for your body. Remember, form first. Find the form that works for you. Shifting again back to extended tabletop. Inhale at the top and exhale all the way down to your mat. Press down with your palms to peel your heart forward, lifting your chest, using the strength of your back. So elbows are pulled together and down towards your waist. Your crown of your head's reaching forward and your toes are pulling back. And exhale down. One more time, just like that. Press down to rise up. Length and strength. And exhale down. Hovering your palms on the mat, maybe lifting up again, just using the strength of your back body. Everything's turned on. Keeping your core engaged as well, so those low ribs in the front are still pulling down towards your pelvis. And exhale down. Press all the way back to child's pose. Nice and strong as you press up and back. Big exhale when you get there. Curl your toes under. We'll make our way to our first downward dog. So first time around, keep a really generous bend in your knees. So it's not about straightening your legs. It's more about finding that spinal extension. How long can you get from your wrists to your tailbone? And then walking your dog. So starting to open up through the backs of your legs nice and gently. Bending one knee, then the other. Lifting one heel, maybe shifting your hips. Settling into a still downward dog. Inhale up to your toes, your heels lift. Press your chest back towards your thighs, your hips lift a little higher, and float your heels down to the floor. Inhale, shifting forward into plank. You can always take plank from your knees. So when I say plank, you can always do from your knees. For sure, for sure. We're gonna do one push-up here. Inhale, down. Exhale, up and back to downward dog. Exhale when you get there. And again, floating forward to your plank. Inhale down, exhale up, and back to downward dog. One more time, just like that, floating forward into plank. Inhale down, exhale up, and back to downward dog. Floating forward into plank. Holding plank here, nice and strong. So your hands are coming towards each other, your hands and your toes are coming towards each other. Inhale at the top and exhale nice and slow to the count of 5, all the way down to your mat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Uncurl your toes, press down into the back bend of your choice. Maybe you love baby cobra, maybe you extend your arms, full cobra, shoulders away from your ears. Maybe press down with the tops of your feet, lift your kneecaps up, finding up dog. Yogi's choice, whatever you want to do for your back bends. From here, making your way back to downward dog, you can hinge at your hips, back to downward dog, or you can drop your knees
and press back through tabletop. Whatever works best in your body is right for you. Bend your knees deeply, walk your way to the top of your mat, finding forward fold. So your feet are about hip width apart. Again, your knees are bent, just like that first downward dog. So it's about lengthening your spine. Release your head. Release the back of your neck. Hands on your shins. Inhale to a flat back. Begin to open up through the backs of your legs. Pressing your thighs toward the back of your mat. Looking straight down. So there's length in the back of your neck. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift again. And exhale into chair. So your hips come down, your chest lifts, arms come forward for counterbalance. Your feet and knees are pulling away from one another, like you're ripping your mat in half. Really turning on your legs here. Legs, glutes, lower body is on and working hard. Press down to rise up. Big inhale as you sweep your arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, palms to your heart. Inhale, sweeping your arms up. Lifting your right arm to the ceiling, fingertips lift up. Hold on to your forearm with your opposite hand. Reach up and tipping over to the left. Switching sides, left fingertips reach up, holding on to your forearm with your right hand. Inhale, exhale, tipping over to the right. Coming back to center, big inhale here, and exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Bending your knees if you want to reach your mat. If you can't reach, holding on to your shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms and make your way back to downward dog. Come up onto your toes, heels lift high. Press your chest towards your thighs, hips lift higher. Exhale, float your heels down to the mat. From here, next time you inhale, lift your right heel up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your right knee to your chest, coming forward into plank arms. Again, inhale, up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest, draw your nose to your knee. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, bring your right foot between your hands and your left knee comes down in a 90-90 lunge. So both knees are bent in 90 degrees. Inhale, lift your arms. And exhale, plant your palms and walk your back knee back slightly. Inhale, chest lifts as your front knee's bent. Exhale, gently shifting your hips back toward your back heel. Maybe toes lift, maybe they point. Maybe they lift and point. Shifting forward as you inhale, shifting back as you exhale. Coming forward and pause here. Curl your back toes under and lift your back knee, draw your feet together. So we're stretching through the back hip, but strengthening it by coming together. You want to have support in your hip joints. Overstretching your hips is not recommended, not by me for sure. Keep your left palm down and inhale, twisting open to the right. That right knee oftentimes wants to pop out to the right. Keep it centered into midline. And switching sides, the right hand comes down, pivot your left foot down, and twist open to the left. Switching sides again, the back heel pops up. Maybe you can hover your fingertips using just the strength of your legs. And again, twisting to the left. Back heel pivots down. Stay here, or maybe press down through your front heel up to warrior two. So the front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Flip your front palm to the sky, back palm to your thigh. Reverse your warrior, big inhale. And exhale, frame your front foot with your hands. The back heel pops up, back to runner's lunge. Draw your feet together. Plant your palms, step back to plank or maybe a single leg plank so that right foot stays lifted. Hold here. Nice and strong through that plank so your hands are coming together and back towards the back toes. Both toes down. Switching into side plank. So side plank, we have options. You can bring your left knee down like a kickstand, or you can keep both legs extended. Your feet are staggered or they're stacked. pressing up through that top hip, really using your side body. Back to plank. We'll do a push-up from knees or toes. Inhale down, exhale up, finding side plank on the opposite side. So the right knee can come down, or you can extend both legs. Stack or stagger your feet. Back to plank, nice and slow and controlled. Another push-up. One more time, both sides. Side plank, back to plank, a push-up. Last time, side plank, back to plank. Inhale at the top and exhale all the way down. Nice job. Inhaling to the back bend of your choice and making your way back to downward dog. You can come down to your belly, press up from your knees, or hinging at your hips. Next, inhale, lift your left heel up and back. Exhale, knee to chest, plank arms. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to chest, nose to knee. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, bring your left foot between your hands and the right knee comes down. Back to that 90-90 lunge. Lifting up, big inhale, arms up. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your back knee back. Inhale as you rock forward. Exhale as you rock back. Toes down, toes up. We're going between the two. Inhale, rock forward, draw that back knee forward so you're strengthening as well as stretching. And exhale back. Rocking forward. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee, and draw your feet together. Same thing, second side. Inhale and twist open to the left. And then switch sides. The back heel pivots down, lifting the right arm, opening to the right. One more time, back to the left. The back heel pivots. Maybe you don't use your hands at all, just the strength of your legs, strong and controlled. Pivot the back heel down and switch again, opening to the right, staying here, or maybe press down through that front heel, coming up into warrior two. Draw your feet together, front knees bent. Reverse your warrior, front palm lifts. Inhale all the way back. And exhale, cartwheel your hands, framing your front foot. Front foot to meet the back, maybe single leg plank and pause here, nice and strong. So letting your hips lift a little toward the ceiling. You don't want to sag down in your belly. Strong through your core. Both toes down, maybe you're on your knees. We have 30 seconds of mountain climbers. You can do this from your knees. Drive your knees towards your chest or from your toes. 30 seconds starting now. If you're doing mountain climber, it could be a slow stroll, climb up the mountain. You can pick up the pace if you'd like, but mind your bounce. Keep your shoulders stacked over your wrists. So the only thing moving, the only thing driving are your knees. Your core and your shoulders are keeping your torso stable. Keep breathing. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Pause and plank. Inhale at the top from knees or toes. Exhale all the way down. Whew, nice. Extend your arms slightly wider than your shoulders. Tops of your feet are pressing down. Your core is engaged. So those low ribs are tucking in. Lift your arms a little bit higher than the floor so they're parallel. Grab an imaginary bar. Inhale here. Exhale, drive your elbows down to your waist and slightly behind you, opening just like baby cobra. Inhale, exhale, drive. And that's the movement. Turning on your back body, using your lats, your rhomboids, your traps, all the muscles of your back that support perfect posture, that keep your shoulders from rolling forward. This is the antidote to all of our time on our computers or our lives that are in front of us. Strengthening our back to support ourselves. Let's do 3 more. squeeze. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. Last one. Squeeze, strong backs. Hands on either side of your ribs. Curl your toes under from knees or toes. Back to downward dog. Big exhale when you get there. Bend your knees, make your way to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Release your head, release your neck. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to chair. Knees and feet are pulling away. Press down to rise up. Big inhale. Exhale, palms to your heart. Getting warmed up. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Release your head, release your neck. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on your shins or up to your thighs, pressing your thighs toward the back of the mat. And exhale, plant your palms, step back to downward dog. Next time you inhale, lift your right heel up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest, nose to knee. Pause here, squeeze, hold. Drop your knees straight down, tap your mat, and curl up. Tap your mat, press up. One more, down, press up. Inhale, three-legged dog, and exhale, bring your right foot between your hands, coming up to a high lunge. So the back heel is lifted, both feet are pointing forward, a slight bend in your back knee so that your core can stay engaged, the low ribs and the pelvis coming toward each other, and your tailbone is pointing straight down. Inhale, lift your arms, and exhale, project your lunge. So your arms can stay tracking next to your ears, pressing more weight into your front heel. The back toes are just kind of there for balance, but most of the weight is in your front foot. Most of the weight is in your front heel. From here, drive your elbows down to your waist. As you inhale, straighten your front leg, straighten both arms, and exhale, drive. So your legs are definitely working, but your elbows bending, you could do that without any muscular force. So you have to use your mind to really imagine like pulling a rubber band, stretching something really strong here to turn your back muscles on. Take some intentionality here. Let's do one more. And squeeze, hold. From here, we're gonna shift into warrior three. So there's options for here. So walk your back toes forward and project yourself standing on your front foot. The back toes can stay down for support, or maybe your back leg lifts. Keep your toes pointing straight down. Rotate your inner thigh on your left leg up toward the ceiling to keep your hips level to the mat. You can even like point with your fingers where your hip bones are. Make sure that they're both pointing down. Your chest lowers and stays open, just like baby cobra. We're gonna do a single leg squat here. So the back knee and the front knee actually come towards each other and crunch in a little ball. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen, and crunch. We have two more. Lengthen, and crunch. Woo, one more. And crunch. Nice and slow, back to that high lunge. So those back toes come down. Woo, inhale, up. Whew, feeling this one. Okay, the back knee comes straight down and hovers, just like that hover tabletop. You're about an inch or two from the mat. Grab an imaginary bar at the top, and as you lift yourself up, your legs straighten and your elbows come straight down and slightly behind you. We're hitting that back with this movement too. Inhale, exhale, drive. Again, your arms, you need some thought behind this. Your legs are definitely working, but squeeze your elbows down towards your waist. Two more. And squeeze. Last one. Squeeze. Woo. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands to your mat. Front foot to meet the back. Maybe a single leg plank again. Hold here. You can go from your knees. We've got 3 single leg push-ups. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale at the top and exhale all the way down to your mat. Inhale up to the back bend of your choice, making your way back to downward dog. Nice job. Next inhale, lifts your left heel up and back. Exhale, knee to chest and hold. Left knee taps straight down and press up for 3, 2, last one. Back to three-legged dog. And exhale, bring your left foot between your hands, coming up into a high lunge. So the back knee is slightly lifted, or slightly bent, sorry. So your core can stay on, your pelvis and ribs are pulling towards one another, your tailbone is pressing straight down. From here, project forward over that front bent thigh. Elbows drive back. Inhale, straighten your arms and your leg. Exhale, drive. Really focus on your shoulder blades, on your back, squeezing together. 3 more. 2. Last one. And hold. Back to warrior 3. So walk those back toes a little bit and press yourself onto your standing front leg. Those back toes can stay down. You can lift your heel up. Rotating from the inner thigh of your right leg up toward the ceiling to keep your hips pointed down. Single leg crunch. Come together. Find the length. Squeeze. Extend. 3 more. Working hard. Balance and movement. Moving with balance is so different than just standing still. It requires all of those intricate little muscles holding you up. The stabilizing muscles working hard. Back to warrior 3. Toes touch down, high lunge. Nice. Grab that imaginary bar. Lower the back knee down and hover. And drive yourself up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, drive. Use your back. Tap into those strong lats. Driving your elbows slightly behind your chest. For 3, 2, last one. Squeeze. High lunge, big inhale. Exhale, hands down to your mat. Single leg plank. 3 push-ups here. Exhale as you press up. Last one. Inhale at the top and exhale all the way down to your belly. Nice and slow. Back to those locust rows. Feet pressed down into your mat. Your core is engaged. Grab that bar. Inhale, exhale, drive your elbows together and slightly behind you. Like you're trying to tap your elbows behind your back. Keep your gaze down so the back of your neck stays long. If this bothers your back, keep your nose closer to your mat without lifting up. Still gets the back for sure. Those strong lats, traps, everything that holds your shoulders on your back. Last one, squeeze and hold. Extend your fingertips towards your toes. Maybe lift your feet up off of your mat. Find the length from the crown of your head to your toes. Whole back body is super strong. Inhale and exhale, release. Making your way back to downward dog. Bend your knees, make your way to the top of your mat, forward fold. Release your head, release your neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, finding chair. Walking your feet a little bit closer together, but keeping your feet and knees pulling apart. Your arms are out for counterbalance, so maybe you can sit back a little bit more. Like the stool that you're trying to sit on is slightly behind you. Stay here, or maybe put your hands at your heart. Options. You can stay here. We're gonna do step backs. You can also do it from a twist. So twisted chair, bring your left elbow to your right knee. And the twist actually originates from your ribs. It's not the twist, you're not pressing into your hands. This stays light. Your low left ribs are rounding towards your right thigh. That's where the twist comes from. This is just like an accessory. Putting all of your weight on your right foot, maybe you can lift your left foot, maybe you can step it back. So if the twisted chair step back is just too much, you can come from a chair and do the same step back without the twist. Yogi's choice, we have 3 more. See how much time you can spend before your toes tap down. So spend the time in the transition more than the end result. Let's do one more. Back to twisted chair if you're there. Back to chair. And we'll do the second side. So the right elbow comes to the left knee. The right ribs come towards the left thigh. You can stay here or add the step back. You can also step back without the twist. Nice and slow, lifting those right toes, tapping them down. Come back up. Nice and slow. See how slow you can go. Coming and going. Yep, 3 more, wherever you are. Two more. Last one. Woo. Nice, slow and controlled. Back to chair. Woo. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to chair just for a minute. Well, not even a minute. Press down to rise up, big inhale. Exhale, palms to your heart. Shake your legs out a little bit. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And exhale, back to chair. Yes, it's true. Knees and feet pulling away from one another. Stay here, or maybe come up onto your toes. Heels lift high. Maybe your hips lift lower. Heels lift high, hips lift low. Heels lift high, hips lift low. Nice and slow, all the way back to chair, heels down. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Nice job. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to chair. Press down to rise up. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, swan dive down. All the way down, forward fold. You can separate your feet back to hip width apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back to downward dog. Next inhale, lift your right heel up and back. Exhale, knee to chest, plank arms, and pause. Maybe extend your right leg, single leg plank. Knee to chest, 3-legged dog. 2 more, just like that. Knee to chest, plank. Single leg plank. Knee to chest, 3-legged dog. 1 more. Knee to chest. Single leg plank. Knee to chest, 3-legged dog. Nice. Exhale, bring your right foot between your hands. Come up into a high lunge. Step the back foot next to the front, back to the top of your mat. Hands to your heart. Lift your back foot, or lift your left leg, so your left foot is lifted. A single leg squat here. You can keep a bend in your knee, or you can extend your leg. You can have your arms out for counterbalance. This is a pistol squat. Stay in your heel. Press up, and then bring your left knee behind you. Single leg squat with your knee behind. That's called a shrimp squat. I don't know why. Back to pistol squat, leg extends, or the knees in front of you. Nice and slow and controlled. Back to shrimp. We got 3 more each direction. Stay safe in your joints. Only go down as far as makes sense in your body. Maybe you can reach your bottom all the way to the ground. Maybe you can reach your knee all the way to the ground. Maybe just imagine it so. Stand all the way tall in between. Pistol squat. Shrimp squat. One more. Pistol. And shrimp. Back to that high lunge, those back toes come down. Woo, hello front leg. Exhale, hands to the mat, front foot to meet the back. Back to downward dog or through a back bend or some push-ups, your choice. Next time you inhale, left heel lifts up and back. Exhale, knee to chest, plank, pause. Inhale, extend, single leg plank. Knee to chest, three-legged dog. Two more, just like that. Knee to chest, single leg plank, knee to chest, three-legged dog. Last time, knee to chest, single leg plank, knee to chest, three-legged dog. Good job. Exhale, bring your left foot between your hands, coming up into a high lunge. The back foot steps up to meet the front foot and lift your right knee. Hands can be wherever you want. At your heart, out in front. You can keep your bent knee or extend your leg, pistol squat. Press all the way up. Knee comes behind, shrimp squat. We got four more each direction. Pistol. And shrimp. Front leg. And back leg. Two more. You guys got this. Pistol squat, challenging our balance, our mobility, our strength, our determination, and maybe sense of humor, depending on how you're feeling. All right, I think we got one more each direction. Let's do that anyway, no matter what we got. Here we go, pistol. Woo. Last shrimp. Back to high lunge, those back toes touch down. Awesome, big inhale. Exhale, hands down, front foot to meet the back. Widen your feet so your feet are at least as wide as your mat and your hands come slightly in so they're right underneath your face. Strong plank here. You do this from your knees. We're gonna do hip taps. So right hand taps right hip and back down. Left hand, left hip, back down. See if you can do this without moving your torso, shifting your hips at all. Switching sides. One more each side. Nice, back to regular plank, toes come in, hands come out. Throw in some push-ups if you'd like. Go through a back bend or meet us all in downward dog. Bend your knees, walk your way to the top of your mat, finding your forward fold. Release the top of your head, release your neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale through chair. Press down to rise all the way up, big inhale. Palms to your chest. Something happened to my music. I don't know where it went, but I found it again. Awesome. Okay, so we're moving on to speed things up a little bit. But we got to practice our moves first. So the moves are going to be squats, but we're going to do them nice and slow first. So standing with your heels in and toes slightly out. Your feet can be a little bit wider than hip width. You can keep them narrow. It's up to you and your body. We're doing squats, so your chest stays lifted. When you squat down, your knees track over your toes. You don't want them collapsing in. You want them pressing out. You want to keep your hips lift or your chest lifted. And your hips go slightly back. So you're staying out of the front of your knees and staying in the strong muscles of your hamstrings, your glutes. Come all the way up when you stand. Inhale, exhale, drive. So your squat might look really different than my squat. Everybody's hips are different. Everybody's history is different. Whatever story you had to get here, you know your body best. So maybe your squats look like this. Your knees are pressing out, You're using the strength of your legs. That's awesome. Maybe your squats look like this. That's awesome too. Take care of your body. What works best for you? What will build strength in a sustainable way? We want to do this when we're 92. That's my goal. That we'll all be doing this together when we're all 92. Maybe you're already there. If you are, that's awesome. Let me know. All right, let's do 3 more. 2. Last one. Okay, so we're gonna take that, but we're gonna speed it up a little bit. So I have a timer. We're gonna do a Tabata set of that. So it's 20 seconds of hard work, 100% of your effort, followed by 10 seconds of rest, enough to get some oxygen back. And we're gonna do 8 rounds. So the first beep is a get ready beep. That's the get ready beep. And the next is a go. So it's all gonna be squats. If you wanna do every other one as a jump squat, be my guest. If you wanna do them all jump squats, great. Okay, here we go. So remember, this is timed. This is 20 seconds now, 100% of your effort. The first 20 seconds, if you've never done this before, just feel it out. See what it feels like to move like this for 20 seconds. I call this one the first pancake. The griddle's not quite so hot. You're just testing it out. And stop. Okay, the griddle's hot. So the next one, you can do the same squat. You can add a jump. You can do something else. The movement doesn't matter. The intention matters. It's 100% get your heart rate up. If this just does not work in your body, you can jumping jacks. You can run in place. It doesn't matter. Just give me 100%. Bust it out. Almost there. And rest. Okay, that was 2. We have 6 more. But don't psych yourself out. Just think of the next 20 seconds. It's all you need to do. Is this 20 seconds is the only 20 seconds you have to think about. Just get into it. If your body knows what to do, let your body do it, and don't think about it. Just keep pumping them out. And stop. Number 1 is form. When you get tired, your form can kind of take a dive. So check your form. Make sure your knees are not collapsing in. Keep pressing your knees out. Keep standing all the way up at the top. Reach the crown of your head to the ceiling every time you stand up, like you're trying to put an imprint of your head on your ceiling. Almost there. Keep going. Stick with me. And rest. All right, we're halfway through. Have you been jumping? Have you tried it? Try it. Just see how it feels. Be like a kid on a playground. They're just out there jumping up and down for joy because they're having fun, because they know that moving their bodies is what our bodies are designed to do. They don't know that. They don't have to know that. They just do it. And stop. 3 more. I mean, only 1 more. The next one. Don't think, just do. Okay, the more we do, the less oxygen we have. So what I'm saying might not make any sense. So just be in your body. Just keep ripping them out. Check your knees. Are they pressing out? Is your chest staying up? Is your core still engaged? Do you feel alive? Are you huffing and puffing? Relax. Woo. Okay, second to last one often is the hardest because you're not quite done yet, but you still got to do it. All right, here we go. Dig deep. Give me everything you got right now. 105%. You got it. A couple more. Maybe go a little faster. Getting towards the end. You got this. And stop. All right, you guys, this is the last one. Get some oxygen. Wrap your brain around it. 110%. Here we go. Everything you have left, whatever you're holding on to, this is the moment. Tear it up. Here we go. Woo! Body's pumping. Nice, nice, nice. Hold it. And stop. Good job. All right. Nice work. Grab a little water if you're near some. Get some oxygen. And I'll meet you back on the mat. When you're ready, meet me here. Standing on your mat in mountain pose. Nice and tall. From the bottoms of your feet, through all of your bones, to the crown of your head, reaching up toward the ceiling. Tucking your chin slightly. You really get the top of your head up, top. Maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze and feel your body. Feel what it feels like to move like that. Maybe your heartbeat is a little fast. Maybe you broke a sweat. We're gonna slow it down using our breath because we say so. This is a fantastic tool to have in your toolbox. When life throws you off kilter, this breathing brings you back to center. The more we practice it, the more we have this sense of resiliency in our own toolbox for ourselves and whenever we need to. Standing tall, big inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, palms touch. And exhale, hands to your heart, slow down. Long exhale, just like we practiced at the beginning. See if you can have your exhale be twice as long. When you're out of breath, it's challenging, so just think it, imagine. Inhale up, and imagine, exhale twice as long. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, sweep your arms up, palms to your heart as you exhale twice as long. And just notice how your body feels just after 3 breaths. It really is amazing. So after we go out of control, we find balance, which is another great practice, another great tool to have in your toolbox to find that balance within. So we're gonna start with Warrior 3. So coming to the top of your mat, step your right toes back and begin to tip forward from here. So the toes can stay down, especially when you're out of breath. Balance can be even more challenging. So lift your back heel if you're ready, and your chest lowers down. If you're still really out of breath, keep your chest slightly elevated so your head is above your heart. Rolling your inner right thigh up toward the ceiling so your toes are pointed down. Finding balance. Notice what it feels like now when your legs are fatigued, challenging your balance here. Come up to standing, maybe those right toes stayed hovering, and press back to Warrior 3 again. Maybe your chest can lower a little bit more as your heart rate comes back down. Back to standing. Maybe your toes stay hovered. We're going to do that one more time. Back to Warrior 3. Your best expression of Warrior 3. Take a minute to thank that wobble in your ankle. Thank you, wobble, for keeping us strong, finding our balance, and back to standing. Ooh, go ahead and shake out that standing leg. We'll do the second side. From mountain pose, step your left toes back and shift your torso forward. Maybe those toes stay down or maybe they lift up. Toes pointed down, your inner left thigh rotating up toward the ceiling. Hips pointed down. Nice and slow, back to standing. Maybe keep the left toes lifted. And press back to Warrior 3. Again, come up to standing, nice and tall. Crown of head reaching up. And back to Warrior 3. Your best expression, whatever that looks like for you. Again, maybe take a moment of gratitude for your ankle. Those wobbles, those intrinsic muscles working so hard. Back to standing and shake it out. Nice job. Back to the top of your mat. Feet are wide, heels in, toes out. Inhale up and exhale, forward fold. If your hands don't meet your mat, hands can be on your shins. Let the top of your head and the back of your neck relax. Reaching your right hand toward your left foot. Inhale, lift your left arm overhead. Twisting open. Big inhale in the twist and a long exhale. And switching sides. Left hand towards your right foot. Inhale, sweep your right arm up. Twist and fold. In the twist, big inhale and a long exhale. Come back to center. Walk your feet in hip width apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms and step back to downward dog. Big exhale when you get there. Next inhale, lift your right heel up and back, three-legged dog. And exhale, bring your right foot between your hands and pivot your left foot down. I'm gonna switch sides so you can see me when we come up. We're gonna come up into warrior two. So the front knee is bent, the back leg is straight, arms are reaching in opposite directions, and your feet are pulling together. Relax your shoulder blades down your back and gazing over your front middle finger. Inhale, sweep your arms up as your leg straightens, and exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, maybe lift your front heel and place it down. Inhale, sweep arm and leg up together, and exhale back down. Front heel lifts up and place it back down. One more time, both ways. Inhale, sweep your arms up, leg straightens. Exhale, warrior two. And one more time, heel lifts up and exhale down. Inhale, reverse your warrior. The front arm lifts straight up or maybe towards the back of your mat. Exhale, find side angle, either placing your bent arm on your front bent thigh or reaching down towards the floor. Back arm lifts up out of your ribs and then tracks over your ear toward the front of your mat. Inhale, reverse your warrior, keep your front knee bent. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg, facing the long length of your mat, heels in, toes out. Inhale here and exhale into the squat of the gods. So your torso stays up, sliding down an imaginary wall, and your knees are tracking over your feet. So you're not collapsing in, you're pressing out. Inhale, arms lift, legs straighten. Exhale, squat down. And again, inhale, sweep up. And exhale, squat down. Maybe lift your right heel up. Place it down. Maybe your left heel lifts. Place it down. Maybe both heels lift. Maybe your hips lower. Both heels down. Inhale, sweep up. Nice job. And exhale, hands on your hips. Inhale, lifting your chest, and exhale, forward fold. Release your head, release your hands to the floor, and walk your hands to frame your front foot. Front foot to meet the back in plank. It's been a while since we've done push-ups. Let's do 3. Exhale as you press up. From plank, you can press back to downward dog or move through your back bend. Yogi's choice. Next time you inhale, lift your left heel up and back, and exhale, bring your left foot between your hands, pivot your right foot, finding warrior two on the second side. Same thing, front knees bent, pressing towards your pinky toe side. Your feet are pulling together, your wrists are pressing apart, shoulder blades are relaxed, and you're gazing over your front middle finger. Inhale, straighten your leg and your arms sweep up overhead, and exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift your front heel, and place it down. Inhale, straighten your leg, arms up overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Front heel lifts. Place it down. Last time, inhale, straighten your arms and your leg. Exhale, warrior two. Last time, front heel lifts. And place it down. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Front arm lifts up or maybe back towards the back of your mat. And finding side angle. Your arm can bend and place on your front thigh or reach down towards the floor. Back arm lifts up and then tracks over your ear. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Back to warrior two. Big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands, framing your front foot. Front foot to meet the back. Nice strong plank. Option to hold a hard plank here from knees or toes. So your hands are pulling together and down towards your toes. Your hips are slightly lifted. It's like that hollow body hold, but you're facing the floor. Hold this here, or maybe you got 10 push-ups. Maybe. You can always go straight to child's pose if you are just done. This is a choose your own ending. This is the last push. And we'll all meet in child's pose. Nice job. Curl your toes under and we meet in downward dog. Winding things down. Inhale, lift your right heel up and back. Bend at your knee, draw your heel towards your hip and stack your right hip over your left, keeping your torso pressing towards your thigh in downward dog. Stay here, or maybe rotate your torso also to the right. Maybe you find a nice side body stretch on the right side if this works for you. Square your torso back to the mat and bring your right foot on the outside of your right hand. The back knee comes down, finding lizard pose. Maybe this is enough for you. Maybe this is too much for you. Or maybe you have more room and you want a deeper stretch. Rotate your inner arch of your right foot up toward the ceiling and maybe come down to your forearms. Draw your back knee towards the front of your mat. So we're not hanging out in the stretch. We're strengthening the hip joint. Plant your foot back on your mat. Press yourself up to your hands. Inhale here and exhale back to half splits, just like we did at the beginning. Maybe you have a little bit more space for your hamstring. Maybe this time your nose can come closer to your thigh. Shifting yourself forward, plant your palms back to downward dog. Same thing, second side. Lift your left heel up and back. Bend at your knee so your heel comes toward your hips. Open your hips to the left. Keep your torso pressing towards your thigh. Or open your torso to the left as well. Squaring your torso back to your mat. Draw your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Your right knee can come down and draw your right knee forward. Maybe rotate your inner arch of your left foot up. Maybe come down to your forearms. When you're ready, press your foot back into your mat. Your palms come down. Inhale here and exhale, shifting back. Half splits. Maybe your nose draws closer to your thigh. Coming back forward, and however you get there, we're gonna sit on our bottoms. This doesn't have to look graceful at all. You're home by yourself, or maybe it's just your family around you. Come sit on your bottom. Your feet are on the mat, so your knees are bent, holding onto the backs of your thighs, or maybe your hands are behind you, moving into boat pose. Your chest stays lifted, so the priority is your spine is long. We're not rounding here. Spine is long. Maybe come up onto your toes, or maybe lift your feet up off the mat. Maybe you can hold on to the backs of your thighs, or maybe let go altogether. Your knees are bent, or maybe not. And breathe. Bring your feet back on your mat and hug your knees and round. From here, slowly rolling onto your back, we're gonna find bridge pose next. So nice and slow. You can hold onto your legs or your hands on the mat for breaks. We're using the strength of your core now round your spine so your core is really on. So your core are the breaks. How slow can you go? Can you take 20 seconds to get down there? Halfway there. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Whew, nice. Draw your heels closer to your hips so that your knees are right over your ankles. Press down with your hips to lift your, press down with your heels to lift your hips up toward the ceiling. And then from here, draw your heels towards your shoulders as if they would move. They won't, actually, if you're on a sticky mat, but the energy is your heels moving towards your shoulders and your knees pressing toward the front of your mat. So it's a zigzag action, not just pressing straight up. Maybe walk your shoulder blades together, opening through the front of your chest, open through your collarbones. If you have the ability, the mobility, and the anatomy to do so, maybe you find your hands underneath you, clasp your hands and press down to lift your chest up. It's more of a chest opener than a back bend. And then notice what needs to work hard and notice where you're adding hard to it. Like maybe you're making a face, maybe your throat is tight, maybe you're not breathing. Those are all things that maybe you can let go of when the rest of your body is working really hard. One more big inhale. Exhale, release the tension in your face. Unclasp your hands, shoulder blades back where they were. Come up onto your toes, your heels lift. Maybe your hips lift higher. And as you exhale, slowly, one vertebra at a time, all the way down to your mat. When your tailbone touches, your heels come down, and your knees rock side to side like windshield wipers. A couple times, both directions. Extend your right leg long. Draw your left knee into your chest like we began. And as you exhale, draw your left knee across your body to the right. The left arm extends to the left, gazing towards your left fingers in a full body twist. So notice your nose is pointing to the left and your tailbone is pointing to the right. That's like squeezing the towel. If your spine is like a towel, so good for your spine. Big inhale, long exhale. Coming back to center, hug both knees in. Extend your left leg long and drop your right knee to the left. Extend your right arm to the right and allow your gaze to follow. Notice again, your nose is pointing to the right and your tailbone's pointing to the left. Big inhale, long exhale. Coming back to center, again hugging both knees in, curling up in a little ball, draw your nose towards your knees, and release. If there's something missing for your practice, if you have a favorite pose that we didn't get to and your body just really wants it, take the time to do that now. And if you're all done doing and you're just ready to be done, finding a comfortable position to lie in. So the final resting pose, the do nothing pose. For some, it'll look like this. Maybe you have a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart to connect back into your body, connect back to your breath. Taking this time to do nothing, for some, is the greatest gift we can give ourselves. We're so good at human doing, we're not so good at human being. So give yourself this gift to do nothing. If you find that your mind is wandering and your thoughts just keep coming, that's okay. You can't stop the thoughts. You can count your breath. Maybe inhale to the count of 4, pause at the top, and exhale to 4, or maybe 6, or maybe 8. Counting your breath gives your mind something to do.
to take this video and turn it off and spend the rest of the afternoon here if you like, or if you're ready, coming back to your breath. Those longer exhales. And then adding some movement back into your body, maybe wiggling your fingers and toes, maybe extending your arms up overhead in a full body stretch. When you're ready, bend your knees, roll onto your side, and press yourself up to a seated position. Softening your gaze, or maybe closing your eyes. Maybe hands are at your heart. And take a moment here, pause between this and that. To just take this moment to acknowledge what you just did for your body, what you just did for your mind. You gave yourself the gift, really, of self-love, filling yourself up so you have all of the resources you need to spread that love around to everyone around you and have all the love beyond your four walls. I believe together, all sending out the love really makes a difference. Together, we are all stronger. Thank you so much for joining me, for taking care of yourself. And by taking care of yourself, taking care of others. The love in me sees and honors the love in all of you. Thank you so much.